Yeah, that's a great way to look at it. Were you shocked when you found out you were the Bachelor, and how did you find out?
Yeah, I was absolutely shocked. Again, it's another one of those situations where I'm like, y'all really want to do this? Like, for real? I mean, okay. But, I found out relatively quickly, but at the same time, I don't want to say it was a no-brainer, but because it was that last date that I had with Michelle where I started getting these strong feelings. The museum date was perfect. It's something I would do in real life. And I had so much fun. And that was when I tore down the last bit of walls that I didn't realize I actually had from like a prior relationship, many years ago. So at that point, I was like, wow, this could be someone I can see the rest of my life with. And I got so excited. Obviously, I didn't get the rose. She sent me home and I was like, ooh, reality check. But I was like, don't put the walls back up. Like this is what you want. You want to spend the rest of your life with one person. You don't want to go run around living the single life. Like it's not fun anymore. And so, it opened me up. And then when they came to me, I was like, this can work. I saw it work. I felt those feelings. So I know I can be the Bachelor and I'll find what it is I'm looking for.
That's really nice. And we have seen this teaser over and over of, I'm in love with the three women. And I think
and then you're at church.
It's the perfect way to pull everyone in to be like, oh, we got to know what happens. And we can't wait to watch the rest of the season. But now, how are you, your journey's over. Now we're all watching it, but you have finished it already. How are you feeling? And do you think like towards the end there, you almost like bought into all of this like too much, or do you stand by completely how you felt during the time on the show?
I stand by it completely. Yeah. Obviously, as people see in the promo, people can extrapolate. There's a whole lot behind all of that, and I know people are wondering like, what happened? Why did he say these things? The way he said them, that'll all be explained. Yeah. Trust me. But I look back at it. And there were moments that were really good and there were moments that were really bad, but ultimately that was my experience. I went in very naive. I didn't watch any seasons prior going into it. I didn't want it to be influenced. I wanted it to be my 100% authentic journey, which would play to my benefit and to my detriment at the same time. I think that's why people are like, why is he doing this? It's like, because he's clueless. He doesn't have any idea. He doesn't know how this works. So he just went in there being like, I'm going to go find my person, just walking along. And then all of a sudden it's like, boom, drama, boom, conflict, things flying in from left and right. And I'm just like, what is this? And they're like, this is how it is. And so that's where, I think like I look back at it. I went through it. I did the things I did. Did I do things perfectly? No. Did I make mistakes? Yes. But it was me. It was me all the way through. And for that reason, I can live with what I did. I don't have any regrets, and it's just one of those situations where, was it messy? Absolutely. But I was just doing everything that I thought was best at the time.
Yeah, and I think even from the teaser and the promo, I think it's just very realistic of we don't know what happens for sure, but the vibe that I was getting from it was like, this just seems like a realistic thing that would happen on this show.
Yeah, definitely. Quickly before we wrap up, because you said, you have not watched, I realized we never even asked, what even brought you on Michelle's season?
It's a long story, but I'll just say this. I basically hit 28 years old. I had like a quarter life crisis. And I'm like, the last 5 years of my life, I've been going through the motions. I'm working the same job. My dating life is the same. It's been stagnant. And so I was like, I need some type of change. I started kind of looking at jobs to move elsewhere in the country. And then this opportunity came up. I was reached out to. And I thought, this is crazy, but maybe there's a reason why. And I'm spiritual, so I thought everything happens for a reason. Maybe I should just like explore this. And then I kept going through the interview process and was like, okay, if it falls off, then it falls off. Like it's meant to be. But it got to the end of it where they're like, we like you, we want to bring you on. And I looked into it and I saw it was Michelle, and I was like, she looks fun. I mean, I didn't see the previous season, but I started looking at clips of her. I liked what she stood for. She's a teacher. My mom's a teacher. I was like, this girl. She's very a stand-up type of woman, and I liked what I saw. So I was like, let me just go on this. And my expectations were nothing more than maybe, I'll go on the show and will she pick me out of 30 guys? Like statistically, I was like, I don't know like if it's going to be me, but somebody might watch this show and be like, I like him. He's genuine. And then like, I'll find my person by that. Like they'll see me on the show and be like, I like him. Like, let me reach out to him. So that was kind of my thought. but now I'm here. So
yeah, it worked out because yes, people did watch, and yes, they did like you, especially those at ABC. And you're getting this opportunity now, which is fantastic. And we're looking forward to watching the rest of the season.
We are very excited.
We were definitely one of those people that what we're watching. We're like, what? We're not quite. It's not quite clicking for us yet, but we always trust the process. So as soon as we watched night one, it was like, yep, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. It's good.
Well, I appreciate the honesty. I think I totally understand why people were questioning, and for me, it's like, yeah, everyone wants to know why. Like, what is it about them? After a full season, you guys you'll realize that you'll get more than what you bargained for. Yeah. My cluelessness played very well into it all, but again, like, yeah, I had fun, and it'll be very entertaining to watch back. And I'll be seeing all these things I hadn't saw, like I wasn't seeing behind the scenes. So I'm excited to watch it with everybody else.
Great. Well, enjoy the journey and the ride, and we hope it was successful. There we go. Successful.
Late night. Yeah, you guys were getting at it last night. So
yeah.
You got what I had at the beginning.
I know.
You didn't rip it right there. Why?
I know. Beginning tongue-tied and tongue-tied. But Clayton, thank you very much for joining us. We're looking forward to being on this journey with you as well. And we wish you all the best. Thank you for coming on and chatting with us.